Hello and welcome everyone. Today is day 5 of our training. Should I become a coach? What are the opportunities? What are the challenges? And what's the earning potential? I've been doing this for the last 4 days, and today is day 5. And today our topic is maximize your earning potential as a life coach and strategies for scaling your business. I'm a little overdressed today for the program because I've just come from a wedding, and that's why I'm a little late as well. So pardon me for that. But we've had an exciting 5 days together, and it's been so nice to meet you all every single day uh, through these videos. And I hope to do that more often, hope to come up, show up live on my channel more often, and be with all of you. Day one, we talked about the opportunity in the coaching industry. How people are buying and becoming more and more comfortable buying things online, getting life coaching for themselves online. It's not a taboo anymore. Day two, we talked about who should or should not become a coach, qualifications. Day three, we talked about uh, which coach certification program you should be choosing. Like, not which coach certification program you should be choosing, but what are some of the things you should be mindful about before you sign up for any coach certification program. And then yesterday, we talked about what are some of the challenges of running a coaching business and how you can overcome some of those challenges. And today, we're going to talk about maximizing your earning potential and how do you do that in stages. You don't want to jump to stage 3 directly. So, we're going to talk about 3 stages today. You want to go stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. And you want to maximize your earning potential as a life coach. And what are some of the strategies of scaling your business? And today is the last day. The cart closes in about 2.5 hours from now at 11:59 p.m. March 11th IST, and I believe that's 12:30 p.m. EST in Eastern Standard Time, morning, March 11th. Yes. So all those who are still waiting for this last video and trying to get more clarity before joining in, just letting you know, just 2.5 hours left, and the cart will close, and the payment links will become apply now links, and then you'll have to wait till whenever we have the next enrollment cycle. Before I get into the topic for today, as I have been fortunate this time, as you know, all our students and our team members and alumni and current students have been very kind enough to share their time and to come for these videos with us, and so that you could get a better picture and not just me talking about my program and tooting my own horn, but also hearing different perspectives from different people from different walks of life, from different age groups and different countries, and learn about their experience with the program and just their take on the coaching industry and life coaching and their motivation and the joy that it brings to them. So today I have a very special guest with me today, Shuchi Agrawal, all the way from California. And without further delay, I'm going to bring her in the studio. And here we have Shuchi with us. Welcome, Shuchi. Thank you
Uh,
so much, and thank you so much for having you here. And so nice to have you. Do you have any opening words for us?
thank you, Navita ji, for inviting me here. I'm honored to be a part of it and share my thoughts and experiences with your audience. I'm excited to start.
Thank you. And I just have a comment here from Never Lose Hope. Ma'am, please use Indian language, and you're writing that to me in English. So pretty ironical there. My program is in English. The East Coast certification program is in English. That's the education system we are following. And that's why our videos on this program are in English. So thank you for your understanding. Shuchi, sorry for that little bit of a detour there, but again, thank you for being here. And I have prepared some questions for you, which I thought the audience would benefit to hear from you. So, is it okay if I start with you?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Great. So, tell us a little bit more. We're always curious about people and their stories and their journeys, and we learn so much from them. So, I believe you were in India. You were born and raised in India. So, tell me a
Yes.
little bit about your life and education in India.
So I belong from the foothills of Nainital in Uttarakhand, and uh, and I have done my bachelor's from Banasli Vidyapeeth. Then I did my master's from VIT Vellore, and after that I was working in a corporate in Bangalore, and then I met my husband. We both wanted to do higher studies in US, we wanted to explore life beyond what we already had. And then we moved we got admission in Columbia University. So we both did together masters in computer science, of course, different subjects, but from Columbia University. We graduated in the financial downturn, but we still both landed in a job. So I worked for 7 years in Deutsche Bank as a developer, then moved to business analyst, and then project management, and then in between I had my daughter, so worked there in the industry. It was I was finding it difficult at times to manage work and uh, like work and life, like work and home. Uh,
Mhm.
but my, and then I really, so when we moved to California for my husband's work, that is when I thought this is a perfect opportunity for me to take a break and, sit back and see what I really want to do for going forward in my life. So that's when I took a break. Yeah. And that's when I started my spiritual journey. So, like past 4 or 5 years, I've been doing my spiritual, growing in my spiritual path, which has brought a lot of awareness. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So you sound like you were a top student across to go into VIT Vellore, Banastali, and then Columbia, and Deutsche Bank. You've been a go-getter and an achiever, and very sharp. And then you also decided to take a little bit of a break, as you wanted to nurture your family and your daughter more, and also grow in different ways in your life.
Yeah.
So now you've signed up here to become a coach, and you're just a few weeks away from your certification. You've submitted your assignments. You're doing your coaching practicum right now, trying to find a client for yourself and coach somebody. So tell me, what have you liked, or how has your experience been in the last 5 months with us, with the East Coast School, and your learning and the team, and whatever else you want to share with all those who are thinking about joining the program.
Of course. So I took this break because I wanted to find a work which is meaningful and spiritually uplifting, and I didn't want to go back to my IT, and I really was trying to find out my next career change. And I love helping people. I when I came across your video on Hare Krishna, I was really inspired to be, this kind of aligned me, and I really wanted to go on this path, and started, uh, the coaching certification program with you, and that has really helped me find the right tools to be able to now coach people uh, across anybody, to be honest, like whoever I meet. So on a personal level, whenever I was meeting, I was helping them, but I didn't had any tools. So your coaching program has really given me tools to be able to coach them, to minimize their inner friction within themselves. And
Inner friction. That's a nice word. Tell me more about that.
inner friction is like we are always in dual minds. We are always like thinking this or that, and that creates a lot of inner friction, which drains our energy. So our energy always wants to go up, but all our thoughts which are not serving us always keep pushing us down and down, and that constant struggle within us of our upward movement and the downward movement of energy is what I call as a friction, inner friction.
Right, right.
And yeah, and like the tools in your program has given me so much insight, which I thought I knew a lot already about, like in the spirituality, but this program has up level me to a totally different level, and gave me a lot of confidence that now I'm well
Give me an
prepared.
example. Give me an example of that where you say you knew a lot, but this program has given you something. Is it the
S
tools you're talking about? Or what are you talking? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, like tools itself, like so for example, I don't know how much detail I can go into this right
Oh,
now, but
take your time. Go ahead.
so, for example, to start with, like identifying and sitting with your feelings, and how to basically finding out what are the underlying needs that are not being met. I was not aware of these things. So, I was just look things at the surface and try to resolve and find reasons, but and then irrational beliefs, finding out like how to work with your irrational beliefs, how to change it, and not just I mean through spirituality I knew that we have different layers in the body, but your coaching has really given satisfied my logical brain that how at each level that needs to be resolved, how the knots, how energy is stuck at different parts, and how that need to be released. um, so that is all very, very amazing. I mean, from spirituality I thought that I know, but yeah, these tools have given me.
So what
Does
I'm
that answer?
hearing you say is that in spirituality, it's about overcoming our own inner friction. The word that you use, it's a beautiful term, and I'm going to borrow it from you now from today. And also, all those inner desires or thoughts or distractions that we have that block us in our spiritual growth. And what I'm hearing you say is that you're feeling that the tools that are there in this program, you can even coach people in your spiritual groups in
Yes.
helping them overcome their own selves, overcome
Yes.
their own ego, overcome their own blind spots, so that they can become more focused and grow more in spirituality while taking care of the needs of each and every layer of their personality. Have I
Yes.
understood you properly?
That's absolutely correct. Thank you for summarizing it so well.
I'm just repeating. I'm at your service today. Yes, yes. So what who are the type of people you are considering to serve? Like, because we've done the niche assignment that you have. You've done your niche. Like, which niche do you want to serve? Which people do you want to serve? And both Ramya ji and I have gone through it. I guess nobody did anything about it because both of us thought that, oh, she's going to do it, and she thought I was going to do something about it. But yeah, it's already reviewed. So what niche are you looking to serve, and how do you think the tools that you've learned here are going to help you in serving that niche that you have selected?
So I plan to. So my niche is basically help coaching people in the inner growth, and thus resolving or minimizing their inner friction. As I said, that will reflect in their overall life outside external. So in spirituality we go inwards, but we also, because we are living in this world, we have to manage the outward situations as well. So when using the tools from this coaching, I am going to coach people on the spiritual path that will help them minimize their inner friction and thus better manage their external world so that they can grow focus and grow spiritually.
That reminds me of another student we had from New York, and she wanted to coach, specifically coach women in spirituality because she had been practicing her spiritual path for 28 years. And
Wow.
that she had done the certificate program, and then she said that there are so many challenges that people
Yes.
have in their own spiritual growth, and they
Yes.
try to depend upon the spiritual processes, which definitely are very helpful.
Yes.
But included, that's what she said, included in the spiritual process is this whole mananam, introspection, for which, these spiritual paths that we follow, we don't get like specific tools for us to do that. And this coaching program is giving those tools. And then that's how she was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And it's amazing how energy works. Like, she started getting a lot of women in spirituality who were struggling, and those were the clients that started coming to her just automatically. It was beautiful the way it all
Yeah.
manifested. And she's
Can
based
I?
out of New York. Yes, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I just want to add something to that. So I have met a lot of spiritual people around me after joining the spiritual path, and I see that they are working so hard towards, following that path, but they still struggle with day-to-day relationship issues or their own, say, for example, anger, right? And that keep coming up. So they tell me very often that when they sit for their sadhana, they're not really sometimes they're not really able to focus, and that is a hindrance to their spiritual growth. And I was like, bingo, that's what this. I have now the tools from this coaching engagement that I can help these people through coaching. I'm going to coach these people so that they can know why they are having these frictions, they can deal with it in a way which will take care, so that when they sit for their sadhana, they're really focused towards that. Or not just for the sadhana, I would say like this helps in any aspects of their life. Like if they're at work, they're going to be more focused in the work, because they know, they understand them better, they are self-aware, and they have worked on themselves. And if they are using the tools, resolve any energy knots, resolved any emotions and feelings and unmet needs, or any irrational beliefs. So yeah, that is going to be extremely helpful for them.
Good to hear that, and I can sense your. I'm gonna go out and do the seva. Like that whole mood. I can
Yes.
sense it
Yeah.
already. I can like see this whole kaboom happening as soon as you get your certificate, and I'm gonna cheer for that. Me and Ramyaji and all of us on the team are like, yay! Suchi is going
Thank
and
you.
doing this. We're gonna do that. So, just a few more things.
Sure.
Uh, so one thing is, the foundational things that we teach you in the program. The second thing is we teach you the tools. You have so many different tools for different layers and different aspects, and all the different things that make up the personality. And then we also teach you how to help go, you know, in an appointment, like when
Hmm.
you're sitting in an appointment with the client, we have those different stages, the attending stage and then the responding to feeling and content stage, on which we had a little bit of a discussion in one of our calls, I think, last month. So tell me a little bit more about like the learning that you get about actually conducting an appointment, and not just an appointment, a complete engagement with the client. After doing the course, do you feel like you know how to handle some of those situations, and also now you'll be practicing, but do you feel those tools are good, or I mean, what's your experience there?
Yes. So I think so. As you said, like when I went through the basics, basic knowledge and basic understanding of human, psychology, or their body type, or their other things that can affect their whatever is going on in their life. And then learning the tools, and through the homeworks, through the assignments, doing it for myself was a very, very deep understanding of the tools and how to use them. uh,
Right.
but but as you said, like after that, when I was really going to like really coach somebody, then this coaching framework came in. And I was till the time I have not yet explored the coaching framework, I was like, okay, I know that, but can I coach it, can I coach, and then came the so I was like, you're not leaving any piece unturned. So the coaching framework really, these stages, I have just done one coaching session with my client, and it was really, really helpful to all the points that you have said. I don't want to like go over, like how do you observe them, how do you uh, I mean, I'm trying to find words. So, like, how do you observe them? How do you ask the right question? And how you be curious? And as you said, that just be open always. So that really helps. All these stages really help. And then you personalize the problem. Then you ask, and you have even given the sometimes, like, you have literally given us the spoon where we can ask the right question, which really helped in one of the, like, in my first session. That was like bang on. Like when I use those questions, I could really see that the coaching, uh it's coming in, like the coach is
It's
able to
flowing.
think, it's flowing, right? And they are able to think, okay, yeah, that's a good question. So what I'm doing and what I'm not doing, or those kind of things. So
Yeah,
yes,
what are you doing or not doing to
that
solve
is
your problem?
contribute, yeah, or
Yeah, that's
contributing a
contributing.
problem. And then yeah.
So that question, the way it's worded, it just puts the onus on them. Like,
Yes.
you got to do something about it.
Yes. Yes. So the
Yes.
coaching framework is definitely helpful.
Right, right. And a question I ask almost all those guests who have come in the last few days is, uh, coaching skills are needed by all of us in every
Hmm.
situation, and even in the workplace. We have leaders coming in and joining this program also, so that they can become better leaders in the workplace, because Again, I repeat myself here, but gone are the days where you can tell people what to do and they're going to do it, and they don't do it, and then they get blocked, and they have their own inner, biases and things like that, which a leader should be able to coach them out of and help them perform. But also as a parent, you're a coach, you're a parent, you're a coach also.
Yes.
And in your parenting, you have shared some instances during our weekly calls. But how is it helping you reach your daughter better, or your children better? Uh, the tools
Yeah.
that you have used here.
Yeah, I think that's a very personal and very good question that really excites me again. Uh, after this course, I am definitely better able to coach my daughter on her day-to-day things that she used to come to me. Um, Earlier, maybe I would just be kind. I would just be like, okay, I hear you, that kind of thing. But now I have the tools. Because I have the tools, I can really use on her. And I don't know if you like, I already shared this
Go
incident
ahead.
when okay,
It's
so I want to
okay.
share this
We
incident
have time.
where, yeah,
Yes.
she lost her pet. No, I won't really say lost, but she gave away her pet to a friend because she was asked, because we can't have like two pets in the house. And then she was really feeling very, very low when she came back. So I knew that she was feeling low because of, not having losing her pet. And then I used the tools from the coaching. I asked her how you're feeling, go, feel your feelings, and breathe, and then asked her to, like, basically use other tools, and then asked her to close her eyes and gave her a little bit of like very mini meditation kind of thing for her to feel. And I asked her to imagine that how Polar is going to be happy, with the other, or how the other, like the friend is going to take care of Polar. And after a few minutes, when she woke up, and she said, "Mom, thank you for ease coaching me." And that was my biggest, like, first win from this coaching engagement. And I'm really thankful for, and that was just the beginning of what I was doing with my daughter. And there are many more incidents where I've been coaching her now, and and because of that, like, of course, she feel more empowered, and I feel more connected with her.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing such a personal story with us. This also goes the other way. Just, I guess your daughter's a little young right now, but I've seen some of my students with older kids, and when the students lose it or in the family, or they get upset, and they're like, "Oh, aren't you an East coach? Aren't you supposed to be behaving yourself?" That happens to a lot of the students also.
But that's a good thing, right? Because we want to be reminded, like, that means we are doing the right, we have done the right job if we are being reminded what we need
Yes,
to.
yes. We keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, Anything you would like our students to know? Like, there are still some students just about like, should I join this or not? And now we have about 2 hours left till card is open. Uh, do you have anything to share with them? Any warning, any encouragement, or whatever, anything to share with those people who are thinking of joining and are wondering if they should do this course or not? Anything you want to share with them?
Yeah, I would say that if you have come so far, do not wait. Just go for it. You will not be regret if you are excited and really willing to serve others in a meaningful and, a spiritually uplifting way. So this course is not going to disappoint you in helping you how you can, coach other people in because in areas that they're struggling. And this course is designed, in an excellent way. I can vouch for that. Uh, and Yeah, I mean, Namita ji is an inspiration for all of us, and for you too, like, all the audiences. So yeah, I would say that if you have come so far, do not wait. You have come here. There must be a purpose that you have reached till this point, and listen to your heart. Just go for it. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you for such an encouraging pitch. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. It's not just me, there are other members in the team as well. And
Yes.
also, each student contributes a lot, in each of the calls, and we learn so much. I learn so much from each student's assignment, and how some of the students and the kind of things they share in the calls, etc. There is so much learning happening for all of us,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Right? The calls, like, even if you're not speaking sometimes, Shuchiji, it's so many other people sharing. Isn't that wonderful to just hear everyone?
Yeah, that is true. Like sometimes I come with a lot of questions, and when other people are asking, most of the questions are already answered, or like sometimes like something I'm missing, and just by somebody else asking a question, and then that's being answered, gives me a new perspective or something that I've been missing. So yeah, it's a complete program with not just uh, the program details, but as you said, like the calls are equally important too. So I would just say that anybody who is here, who is committed, please do not wait. If you have come so far, there is a purpose to it. So go for it.
Thank you so much, Shuchi ji, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. 9 a.m. my time is when we have the coach call again.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for being here. And we had a little bit of a confusion before the call because I was stuck in traffic coming from a wedding, and plus the timing, etc. The emails were not kind of reaching each other. So I apologize for that. And at the same
No,
time, very grateful to you for just being patient with the whole process. Thank you so much.
thank you so much, Namitaji, and thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Okay, just give me a moment as I just chat a little bit with Shuchiji here. Uh, okay, I'm back. It was so nice to have Shuchi Agarwal and all the way from the US and making time. And as I said, I really created a lot of confusion for with dates and links and time. And then I am a little differently dressed today because I'm coming from a wedding. Not used to uh, not used to being like this on my own channel, but here I am, and I was caught up a little bit in traffic. So today is the last day of this free live training that I'm doing, day 5. So the free live training that I'm doing is, should I become a coach, and what are the opportunities, what are the challenges, and what's the earnings potential? Yes. And today is day 5, and this free training is a part of our promotion for the Ease Coach certification program, the Ease Coach School, for the March cohort, which starts tomorrow with the welcome call. We already scheduled the welcome call for 7 p.m. March 12th IST, which is, I don't know. I think tomorrow daylight savings and times changing, so I don't know what the times are in the US tomorrow. Uh, Today, as a part of the last day of the training, we're going to talk about how you can maximize your earning potential as a coach, and what are the strategies for scaling your business. So I'm just going to pull up some slides here, and I'm also seeing there are some comments. Uh, we have, oh, some nice things. We have some Sandeep G is here, Priyanka Yadav. Thank you so much. Nilima Ji is there. Thank you. This is me coming from a wedding, and Rafael Ji is here too. Thank you. Thank you for your kind comments, Mamta Ji as well, and everyone else who's here. And I'm just pulling up the slides. Today, a lot of things not working for me. My laptop's not working in its best way, so I hope things work well. So let's try. You have always been very cooperative, so I'm going to rely on that today as well. Just give me one moment, and I'm just pulling up my slides here, presenting here. And also, if you all have any last minute questions about the Code School program, then please put them in the chat. This is your opportunity to get your questions answered. And get everything you need to know. We really like students to make an informed decision before they join the program. So I'm sharing screen here, but it's not happening. Okay, I'm stuck. Okay, I'm stuck on the screen. Something's happening, and even if the slides don't show up, I believe you can hear me. So we're gonna. I'm gonna speak extempore. I can't. I don't know what's happening here. As I said, a lot of things not working today. Uh, so I believe, yeah, I think I see some movement. I can't even see myself. Okay, let me just pull it up on YouTube here on my phone. So what yesterday I talked about how there are so many different things that are happening in the coaching world and how so many different things are being sold to you. How you're being told that you need to have, this ClickFunnels software, and you need to have a booking software, and you need to have, okay, just give me one moment. Yeah. And you need to have this booking software, and you need to have a professional website, and you need to have professional pictures, and you need to have the best camera, and you need to have the best everything. Your website should be professional. You should be, I guess I'm still live. I'm just looking at myself in the phone because I can't see anything on my laptop right now. And there's also this pressure of getting professionally clicked pictures, or your YouTube video should look professional. Your background should have a green screen, and it should be edited like this. And these are different, some of the things that need to happen, and only then you can start a coach program. You know what? I still don't have any of those things in place, right? They say, oh, you should have your social media posts designed by a professional designer. No, I design the posts myself. They don't look so beautiful, but they communicate whatever I need to communicate, right? And there are so many different pressures, and I'm not saying I'll never go and get it professionally designed. I'll do it when it's right for me. Right now, I don't have the time to figure out and get all of those things in place, and I'm happy with whatever is happening right now. So there are a lot of things that are told to you and sold to you right in the beginning when you're starting out as a coach. And now what happens when you do that? Oh, you need an office, you need a proper desk, you need a proper chair. You don't need any of that, right? I didn't start with any of that stuff. I recorded a lot of my courses on just this phone that I have, that very simple phone. I have an Android phone that I was just using, and uh, setting and doing my recording and editing in the app, and then uploading the courses and things like that, right? So what people are looking for is somebody who has a solution to a problem, somebody who's genuine, and somebody who has a solution to their problem. And you need to be neat and clean and well presentable and structured and systematic, and that's all that matters, right? When you're beginning, I didn't have a website when I was starting out. I didn't know like what is GoDaddy, what is domain, what is server. Even if I'm from the tech background, I'd never like figured out websites and things like that, so all that was new stuff for me. I just started with a simple Google business page and updated my LinkedIn profile, and that's how I started my work. So what I'm saying is, if you want to start maximizing your earning potential once you become a coach, and this is true not just for life coaches, this is true even for tarot readers, this is true even for yoga teachers, psychotherapists, or anyone in the online helping, serving, teaching business, right? You don't need any of these things to start your business, right? There were businesses used to happen even without these things earlier. And as I was mentioning yesterday, a story of one of somebody I know from Seattle, a coach. uh, she's not even the top. She doesn't have like the maximum following, but she's doing very good business. So you want to track numbers, track the amount of dollars or rupees you're making, and how many clients are coming in, and what is your conversion rate over there, rather than tracking how many followers, because you can get all the followers in the world who would not buy any of your programs, or who would not be interested in coaching from you. So what is the point, right? It's better to have less people, but really people who are your target audience and who are here to. So why am I saying all of this is, if you want to maximize your earning potential, you want to start low cost or zero cost. The way I started, I was zero cost, like zero outgoing costs. Of course, I had to pay myself, but I had zero outgoing costs in terms of hiring people, hiring professional services, getting fancy equipment and things like that. I just did it zero cost. Because I didn't want the pressure. As I was starting out and still honing my coaching skills, I didn't want the pressure of added recurring costs every single month. And then I would have to worry about running that. And then when I'm in a worried state, when I'm in a stressed out state, I don't tend to do very well creatively. I'm not creative at all. I'm not a good coach at all, right? So I kept my stress low, and I did whatever I needed to do to, and start coaching and going to so many different places and doing so many different things. So if you want to maximize your earning potential, as I said yesterday, follow your heart, not the herd. Do as much as it feels right for you. Even if you buy all those tools, who's going to put all those tools together? Who's going to make all those tools work? Who's going to figure out all those tools right in the beginning as you're still figuring out your own tempo and trying to get confidence in your own track and in your own coaching and dealing with different clients, etc. So maximizing your earning potential, point number one, is low cost or zero cost, and it's possible. You don't have any printing costs in the digital age. And just by putting it out on your Facebook or Instagram or wherever you are, so many people view it, right? So you don't even have transportation costs, postage costs that maybe like 30 years ago coaches starting out had, like, making CDs and sending stuff and things like that. So low cost or zero cost is one thing. Keep your costs low and do what is right for you. Uh, the second thing that you want to do is that you want to work upon, so that's stage one. Stage one is low cost or zero cost, where you're still fine tuning, you're sharpening your axe, you're sharpening your coaching skills, you're figuring out, where you stand, uh, what type of, because you define a certain niche for yourself, and then you go out and you're like, no, I want to be a little more specific. No, I really can't help these people, but I can help these people. Oh, my message is not landing. Maybe I need to do this better. And you're still figuring out your coaching skills, etc. Right? So gradually keep getting better, sharpening your axe, learning about your clients, learning about this thing, learning about, and also making lists. Stage one, making lists. So low cost or zero cost, sharpening your axe and making lists. Now, why do I say making lists? I had somebody who I was talking to a few weeks ago, and he said he had like 20,000 followers on LinkedIn. And then I asked him that you have 20,000 followers on LinkedIn. How many do you have in your email list? And he said, I haven't yet started building that. And I'm not blaming him for that, because he's starting out as a coach. And, to have 20,000 people on LinkedIn is a good thing. But the thing is, you may have a lot of followers on social media, but it's a good thing. It's helpful. It helps you in your business. But what you really need is people on your mailing list or on your WhatsApp list. When I was starting out, I had manually entered 600 phone numbers in my phone. And I had manually made them enter my phone in number in their phone, and I had made broadcast lists, and I used to broadcast messages to 600 people like that, right? And I had no email list or campaign or Zoho campaign or MailChimp or active campaign. I didn't have any of that when I was starting out. I was doing manual stuff, going somewhere, making a list, having a sign in sheet, taking their numbers, feeding it into their phone, my phone. Yes. So you want to build your list. And why am I saying you either need a WhatsApp or a Telegram or you need an email? And mostly first target emails and then have the other things also. Why do I say that? Because the social media algorithms keep changing, right? Sometimes I see that I get more engagement on my Facebook group, and then sometimes I see suddenly that stops and I get more engagement on my Facebook page, and I don't even know what's happening because these algorithms keep changing, right? And gradually you see that all these social media companies, and it's natural and it's not wrong for them to do that. I mean, we're already getting so much free service there, right? They only push sponsored posts. So if you haven't set up your post as an ad, your post doesn't go and show to all the audience that you wanted to show, right? Sometimes you get shadow banned, and so many things happen. And therefore, in stage one, you want to keep it low cost or zero cost. You want to sharpen your axe and you want to keep building your list. That's what you want to do. Now, let's talk about stage two. When you're in stage two, what happens in stage two is that you've already got confidence about your own skills. You're like, yeah, my message is landing. I'm getting success with my clients, etc. You're fine tuning your niche. You're understanding the needs of the clients, etc. Right? You want to start doing workshops, or even with stage one, you can start doing workshops on the topic of your niche, right? So I was coaching people and I was teaching workshops across the world. Wherever I got an opportunity, I went. I got it in a small college, I went there. Got it in a school, I went there. Got it to, in a building, small group of people, I went there. I got it in Germany, UK, Switzerland, wherever I got it. I just went there, traveled there, and I did workshops. What happened is that gave me a lot of confidence in my workshop delivery. I got better and better at it. I got so many different questions in from the audience that my workshop, I started adding those as components to my workshop. And then my goal was I should have zero questions at the end of a workshop, unless they're applied questions, but concept questions should be zero. And that's the stage I reached. So what happened is it helped me fine tune my message. It helped me see that, wow, my message is landing to so many different people from so many different ethnicities, so many different cultures, so many different countries. Now, when that happened, then I converted those workshops to online courses, because stage two is when you're confident about your product, you have your lists, and you're creating different product streams. Because if you're going to just trade time with money, you can't scale so much because you have only 24 hours. So you want to have different products that your customers could choose, and that they could just buy and they could train themselves, coach themselves, where you don't have to be there. It's not like, unless you're there with every client, you're not going to be able to grow your business. That's not a scalable model. So you want to be able to do that, right? So remember that stage two is when you start building different products. Like you start doing workshops, you start teaching, or you start doing it in stage one itself. But stage two is when you kind of, you're there, you've arrived with those things. Your multiple products. It could just be as simple as a questionnaire sheet, that's on, that you're like, hey, if you do this questionnaire, then you can get answers to your questions, or you can get coached like that. Or it could just be a downloadable sheet where people get some tips, 10 tips to recover from narcissistic abuse, or 10 tips to follow so that you can grow in your spirituality, right? Now you're able to come up with those 10 tips, etc., and it's really good when you have done and taught it in so many different places, right? So you want to create multiple things, right? It could be a small $5 download or a free download. Then you could have a little bit of a course around it, or you could have a book around it, or you could have a group coaching cohort around it. That, okay, in 3 months, I'm running this cohort. We're going to have 12 sessions, and all those who want to grow in this area of life, I'm running this particular group cohort on this particular topic. So you start getting better and better, and you're scaling. It's not just one to one; it's one to many. And a lot of times that one is not there. It's a recorded version, it's an automated version that people can access, and it's a little cheaper for them also, right? So you have multiple product lines. Why do you have them? One thing you have them is so that you're not just trading time for money. The second reason you have them is that you have them at different price points. So there are some people who don't know you so well, but they want to try something out. So they have something cheaper to try you out first, like they call it a tripwire. They can try that, and then they can gradually grow with you, right? So that's stage two. And in stage two is when you get a little better with your marketing, your lists. You start learning, right? You can't overwhelm yourself with everything right in the beginning. It's hard. I won't say it's hard. It was really tough for me. I just couldn't, and I just like, okay, I can do this, and let me, follow the steps I can, right? So stage two is that. Now, stage two is when you have sold these products to a lot of people, you've gotten feedback, you've fine tuned it further. And the beauty with stuff online is that you can edit it immediately, right? And you can change it, you can edit it, and you can improve your offering, right? And students are also very kind, and they give you good feedback and to help you improve things, etc., right? So you can do that. Now, when you've done stage two, and you're confident about all these offerings that you have, then comes stage three. So you're still doing digital marketing in stage two. You're still putting your posts on Facebook and etc. and things like that. But even stage two is not the stage to do ads. I still haven't done ads. And a lot of people who do ads without having done some of these things, you actually burn a lot of money, because you get leads, but then there's nothing to sell to them. uh, and there's no way to engage them, there's no way to nurture them. There are no email nurturing sequences going on for 3 or 4 months or 6 months, where they're getting emails from you, where they're getting value from you, right? So you want to give a lot of value to them when they come to you, when they sign up to their email list, where they're learning things by the different things they're sharing, etc. And it takes time to build that body of work. Now, stage three, when you have developed all of these things, is when you can truly use the full power of digital marketing, because by then you also have some budget because you've earned some money. You can allocate it to actually run your digital marketing campaigns, organic and paid, in a big way, so that all those leads that come, you're able to serve them, because you've automated your products. They can do it offline without you being present. And you've also automated your systems, right? So now we have the code certification program, right? So then we give them access to a welcome course. Now in the welcome course, we have the terms and conditions to sign. And we've automated this process now. That once they sign the terms and conditions is when they immediately on their own, like it's automated, they get access to the course, the main course. They get access to the calls. They get tagged with the right tags in our insight system for our own tracking and things like that, right? So you've automated things and you like, reduced the dependency on manual. So then you can scale big and you can invite all those people through your ads and through your massive marketing and things like that, because your systems to handle that crowd are in place. Yes, and even if you don't do ads, if you just keep reaching to the right people and you keep building the right list and having the right people in your lists, you are going to scale massively, right? So I wanted to share these things with you today, stage one, stage two, stage three of maximizing your earning potential as a coach. It's a little sad that my screen in front of me is frozen. So I can't really show you the slides I had for today. I can't see them myself. I think I can see some comments there, but beyond that, I really can't see anything because I get the StreamYard, Google Chrome not responding. But anyway, it was nice meeting you all. And the time is frozen on my desktop also, so just give me a moment so that I can look at what the time is right now. It's 10:22 IST. You have about 1 hour and 40 minutes until the card closes today for the East Coach and Business Schools program. We also have business modules for those people who are interested in setting up their business and starting their business as a coach with all these different stages. And we teach you low cost, zero cost ways to start your business and to grow it in a very structured and systematic way that is going to be long lasting and that's going to get you to the six figures, but in a very systematic and structured way without spending too much money on all those things that people want you to buy. And I have figured out so many different tools that were cheap, that were free when I was just starting out. And then I used the free versions for such a long time. And then I switched to the paid versions uh, a few years ago when I needed that scale and I needed that level. So, and even then, the paid versions are very cheap, but they're really rock solid tools that I'm using. And you also get all those different ideas and how to keep things simple. That's one thing I always do. Just keep it as simple as possible, as repeatable as possible. There is a lot of fancy stuff out there that other coaches are doing. If I do a competitive analysis, and I'm very happy with whatever they're doing, and I wish them the very best that they grow. But I am doing what I can do, and in a way in which that is authentic for me, in a way which that is sane for me, and I think I'm still scaling. And I share the same tools with you in the business modules as well, and also I've shared them yesterday and today. So all those who are interested in becoming a coach, sadly I can't even show you all any of the registration pages, the buy button, etc. But I've shown them a few times in the last 4 days. So you can go to bit.ly/eastcoach. The link is wherever you're watching this video. There is a link to the East Coach School program there, and you can get that link and you can uh, click on that link bit.ly/eastcoach, and you can click that and you can get coached and become a coach. So looking forward to seeing you inside. We just have a few more minutes left or a few more hours left. I don't even know if what you all can see me or not. I think you can. It's still on the phone. So thank you so much. I see a question there by Pratik on the phone. I can't see it on the screen. Is what is the best way to build a customer service team for a product service you launch? Customer service is essential, right? Yeah, what is my understanding is that I did try hiring people from outside, and I realized that they don't have the same passion as I do. So I've been a little lucky that people from those who have done the course themselves are now, some of them are now part of the team and also take care of customer service. And I didn't have a very big team. It's only recently we've started building a few things. And what I've seen is that people who are really who care about the purpose of ease, and when they are on the team, taking care of the students, taking care of the certification process, taking care of the sales questions that come in, etc., they are the ones who can do the best possible job. But that's just me, and that's what's applying to my business. Also, you want to automate a lot of stuff because customer service can also be a very expensive affair. That's something I discovered. Uh, so you want to be careful if you're doing a volume business. The number of customers increases, the number of customer queries increases, the number of transactions increases, the number of failing transactions increases, the number of follow-ups increase, and the number of amount of confusion increases. So be careful around that. Another thing is that when your team is truly invested in your purpose, they will be invested in the customer as well. So that's my learning, that's my understanding. And I'm a small business owner, so I don't have the experience of large businesses, etc. But I like to keep it small, and I keep it as small as possible. And I also try to automate. So when a customer comes in, we try to educate them a lot so that a lot of their questions get answered. Then, when they join the program, we try to have a very good onboarding for them, where we explain to them where to find what. We have a special call for that. We give them clear directions on, if they have a question, who should they approach, where should they be asking. So we have this clear onboarding process for them that makes it very easy for them, so that a lot of the questions that they ask get reduced. So my understanding is that if I'm getting two people asking me the same question, then that means I need to build a process for that. And I build processes, build automations as much as possible. Grateful for the tech background I have, so that the amount of customer service requests we get is low. And then, of course, you can also invest in a customer service ticketing system, automating all of that, and in a way in which that is truly serving to your customers, right? So these are some of the things I wanted to share. I see a question here from Ravi Shankar Sahu. Ravi Shankar, I don't have time for Hare Krishna TV. It's been so busy for me. When I was doing Hare Krishna TV, my work was suffering, like to come on that channel every week, and then I just couldn't focus on my work. It was a huge commitment, and I think I've done like 85 or 90 shows. I don't think you watched all of them. Go back and watch all of them. There is so many hours of content there. I'm going to be doing more stuff live on my own channel, trying to give more meaningful content here in a way in which that satisfies me and also satisfies the audience. And if and when I have time, I will do a show on Hare Krishna TV, but I don't see it on the horizon because I just have loads and loads of work. The time that I have taken away from Hare Krishna TV, I've been able to create so many different online courses for my audience. And I truly want to create an impact in a systematic way, in a way, because I see that a lot of people watch the Hare Krishna TV and then they still write to us with the same questions. And I'm like, I already explained all of that on the show. What happened, why are you still asking the same question? And I think that people need systematic programs more. I've already done so much work there. If anybody just watches that, can really bring about so much transformation in their life. And there's no point in me just coming and doing one new topic after the other. I want to add value in a certain way, and this is the way in which I can add value and keep sanity for myself as well. Yes. So I am pretty regular on my own channel. I'm releasing audio podcasts, coming live, doing so many interviews with so many different people, and that's how it's going to be. Yes. So thank you so much, and thank you all for being there. Anil Agarwal ji, Pratik ji. I just can't see stuff on that screen, so I'm going to look at my phone. Rafael ji, Tiger Boxer ji, Priyanka Yadav ji, Mamta Sharma, Never Lose Hope, and so many more. And I look forward to seeing some of you inside.